This is Tim's bus. And this is Tim. Without Tim, we don't go anywhere. He's our man, Tim Andrew. And now we're going down the hallway of Tim's big black bus.
So this is where you sleep then, Henry?
This is where all of us rock guys sleep.
Which is yours?
This one here, my little place.
So it's like being in the army?
I never was in the army, but it's kind of like being at summer camp. And I've been in summer camp. This is the toilet down there, the sink, and all this alcohol that they give us every night at these clubs, which we never drink, so it just accumulates. We've got tons of this stuff here.
Why do they give you alcohol?
Well, because it's a rock thing. And if you're in a rock band, of course, you're supposed to drink. And this is the comfort leisure area.
Quite a lot of this life seems quite predictable. Is that so?
You know, it's like any 9-to-5 job. I mean, you get in the vehicle, you go to the town that you're playing, you load in the equipment, you do sound check, you spend time doing something to occupy your time until you go play. Then you play, then you eat or whatever, and then you go to sleep, and it starts all over again. Day after day, week after week, month after month, until you will start forgetting what city you're in, what city you were in the day before, what city you'll be in tomorrow. You forget the day of the week, the month.
Yeah. Need more?
It's in this kind of environment where you really get so stripped down, you cut away all fatty tissue of your life and you get down to the lean tissue. And fatigue can be destructive, also very creative, because you're just pushed. And only when you're pushed do you come up with good stuff. That's why I don't write much stuff when I'm home. I spend time editing stuff when I'm home. I do my writing out on the road, because that's where it's all happening. I mean, I'm seeing a different city all the time. I'm physically stressed, mentally stressed, sometimes just flat out exhausted. And I use that to explore myself.
I think that's the third floor.
I don't remember that. That was in Leeds. No, Manchester.
We did Leeds Poly.
On that road that has absolutely nothing on it for miles.
Right.
That one. Remember in England, a lot of it like that.
That really depressing place in England.
We called England.
Is it like, you know, they always say bands are like gangs. Is your band like a gang?
No. I use music to get what's inside of me, outside of me, which I'm sure those guys do too. But for me, I deal with a lot of rage and a lot of pain and a lot of fury, which I don't know if it's that present in their lives. I just come from a lot of domestic violence. You know, violence has been part of my life since I can remember, you know? And so all my life was just a lot of paranoia and fear and just like all the time trying not to get hit by something. And it has an effect on you, you know? It definitely has an effect on you. And
your response seems to have been to build yourself, to build up yourself in response.
I had to build myself. It was either build myself up or perish. Because if I became what my mother and father were going to make me into, I would be a fragile, neurotic, emaciated, effeminate, worrisome person. And so I had to invent myself. I mean, yeah, I'm a lot like my dad and my mom. Sure, I'm their son. I mean, I talk like my father. I have the same speech pattern. I use my hands like my father. But I created myself. And that's why I named one of my books One from None. Because that's what the experience was for me, to be one from none.
Ready? Let's do it.
Of humiliation and self-doubt. I never said no. I never said no. I never said no. I never said no. Never said no to our Father. Alienation was mine. Intimidation was mine. Always afraid of the backhand. Always afraid of the backhand. I don't want to get in the face anymore. Drop right here.
An album of Rollins' monologues, The Boxed Life, has just been released, and his spoken word tour continues in Leicester on February 13th and in London on the 14th and 15th. Tomorrow, our regular look at the highlights of the month. We'll be reviewing the latest revival of Terence Rattigan's play, The Deep Blue Sea, the film Damage, and Elvis Costello's collaboration with the Brodsky Quartet. From me, good night.